my tubies, it's me, Sheila True Love. I'm back here with you. This is crack addicts who are narcissists, and a lot of times the reason why they end up on drugs is because they're rotten to the core. Other times it may not be that, but I know one thing, that when you read Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16, it lets you know that people who are good, they usually may fall, but they constantly get up. They always get back up on their feet. People who are rotten, they keep slipping, 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 and they let their evilness destroy them. When you read Psalms chapter 73, which I recommend that for all of my tubies who are hurting and feel that, oh, he's getting away with it. You know, he got a whole new life. He got a new girlfriend. He's got money coming in. He just bought a new car. Read Psalm 73, honey, so you can understand what's going on and how they're going to end up. God could do all things except for lie. When a person has a rotten heart, it's going to catch up to them. I promise you that. Now, this is a person here, Melissa. She had a good father, a good mother. This goes to show that it's not about, oh, they didn't have a father in the household. It's because they didn't have a father. That's the excuse that most people use. Okay, sometimes it's the father that's screwing everybody up. But anyway, this is a woman who came from a good household. She had a good father, a good dad, a great mom. And look at how she ended up. But when you're looking at these people, we have to keep in mind that Jesus Christ died for them too. Every time I want to get on my high horses, try to think that I'm better than somebody, I have to humble myself. Like when I'm riding the bus and I'm looking at someone and I'm thinking bad thoughts, I always tell myself, Jesus Christ, he died for them too. I don't know these people's journey. I don't know what they've been through in life. So there's no way we should ever be judgmental or get on our high horse and think that we're above other people, because we don't even know how our journey is going to end or how it's going to finish out. So before we get on our high horse, when you look at someone and you're thinking negative thoughts, just remind yourself that Jesus Christ, he died for them too. And he's not going to die for things that are worthless and have no value, or that's a piece of garbage. He ain't going to put his life out there for that. He died for them too. So here we go.
I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Melissa.
Melissa. Where are you from,
Virginia.
Virginia. And how long have you been out here?
Since 2003.
Now, you're living where in Skid Row?
I stay with a friend right here in the SRO on 6th and Stanford.
Oh, I see, okay.
But I've been in tents. When I first come out here, I stayed in tents and in hotels and just at random places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's lots of different...
I tried to get a residence. I got an income, but they put me on a waiting list, and then they're giving me the runaround. Like, it's been taking years, and it's...
Yeah.
So
there's lots of drugs in this neighborhood. Are you into some of those?
Yeah. I use crack. I've been using crack since I guess 95, 94.
Wow, so...
That's the only thing I use, though, but yeah.
Yeah, usually people take one and they stick with that.
Yeah.
What age did you start doing drugs?
After I had my daughter when I was like 16, I had her when I was 15.
And then, like, tell me about your childhood.
I had a good childhood, just a normal, little average childhood. My mom and dad took care of us really well. We had everything we needed, just a little middle-class family, nothing big and extravagant, but we was really just average, you know. Like in Virginia, we had the little Christmas, it was snowing, we went sledding and all that.
Child molestation?
No abuse, nothing. I didn't smoke cigarettes, didn't drink. My father, mother, no history, and nobody in my family drank or anything, or even smoked cigarettes or nothing. And I'm the only one that does it in my family. My brothers and sisters don't do it.
Really?
My sisters smoke cigarettes, but they don't drink, they don't do drugs or nothing.
Do you think some of it is...
They say it's because of me, because I did it, and they hate him so much, they despise it with such an anger and a fierceness, which I'm glad that, because they seen what it did to me, it took me away from them and having a life with them, and they missed me and all that, and how they put me in jails and locked up and just all that stuff.
So your daughter is how old now?
She's 26.
26.
And I got a 9-year-old granddaughter.
Wow. So some of the girls here are making money picking up guys during the day.
All of them. Most of all of them, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's really, the guys can't do it, but the girls can. And they take advantage of that. Have you done some of that?
Oh, yeah. I've got a lot of prostitution cases, too, yeah.
Have you been in jail?
Yes, numerous times.
Oh, really?
Been to prison, too.
For how long?
Out here, I did 16 months for half, like I did 9 months. for possession. I got caught with a pipe. It wasn't even no drugs. It was just a pipe. But my record from back home, I was really off the hook, just outrageous, So prostitution, I had violence on my record and all that stuff, so. I'm not a violent person, but I had to defend myself. It was a dude that got obsessed with me and stuff, and he kept attacking me. And the police and stuff wouldn't do nothing about it because, who I was and who he was, his mom was an attorney, so. And I was just a working woman on the streets doing drugs, so I didn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty harmless.
Yeah.
The kind of guys you pick up, you must see all sorts, right?
Yeah.
And tell me some of those stories.
They got some weird ones, like I had one dude that, he wanted to put needles through my belly buttons. And then he wanted to put, I was nodding off because I had been up too long. I was on drugs really heavy then. And that's what really woke me up because I was nodding off and he was taking me to McDonald's to the drive-thru. And I came to and I had shackles on my feet. And I was handcuffed and shackled. And I was like, I started panicking. I said, am I under arrest or something? But the money was in the bag. He's like, no, the money's in the bag. That's just my thing. He said, I'm going to come back tomorrow and unlock you. But he unlocked it, but he left a lock on my ankle. And I couldn't get it off. And it was like, I had to get...
You can look at her and tell that there's something seriously wrong with her, like she has bipolar or some type of mental disorder, because she's constantly trying to flirt. You see how she's constantly using her hair, and look at her body language, and she's constantly trying to be flirtatious, like she's a model in front of a camera. Oh, look at me. Something's definitely wrong with her. She has mental illness.
My friend, he cut it off. He said, don't ever do that again because that's dangerous, you know what I'm saying? And after that, I got plenty of rest when I used the drugs. I stayed at home and all that stuff, that really opened my eyes. Because he did it to my friend that passed away recently. The guy across the street took care of her until she passed recently, like not even a year ago. It'd be a year ago in February. Well, it was a year, February. He put clamps and locks on her nipples, and he didn't come back, and they turned black, and she almost lost her breasts. It was really weird, and the last time when he kept getting weirder and weirder when he come through and stuff, and so the last time he gave me the money, and I was like, I'm not doing nothing. You causing us a lot of problems down here. You're very sick, and he drives a metro van, works for the metro transportation, the train, and he pulled up there in front of the racio's place. He was like, I'm gonna get the police on you. I said, go get him. And when he come out, he said, and he seen me, and he was like, motherfucker, you were in a metro van, a company van, you got a prostitute in the car, you run around here trying to do weird stuff, we've heard about you, get out here, I'm gonna call the company right now on you. And I said, see there, and I jumped out the van, and he ain't been back since.
Yeah, you caught?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Then there's another guy that got me in the car, this is the last story, but he got me in the car, he tried to take me to the place where he wanted me to go, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go over here, so he took me over there, and he was getting on top of me to have sex, and he started choking me out, and I started fainting. He was going to kill me. I was going to die. And I had a box cutter, and I started sticking him with the box cutter, and he fell in his seat and said, oh, God. I said, that's right, that's who you need to call on. So I jumped out the car and busted the window, because I had my little radio like that, and I busted the front windshield. Well, he took off. The next day, they found a girl chopped in half. One half of her was on one side of the street, the other half was on the other side, the exact place where he tried to take me to begin with.
Oh, my God.
He came back again and tried to get me. And I wouldn't go with him, but my friend busted his windshield out, and he chased us in the street and was running over the parking meters and everything with his car. We called the police, and they...
This is important, ladies. You can go to the hardware store, and you can get one of those little hammers. You need to carry a little hammer inside your purse. It don't have to be really majorly big. They got like the half-size hammer in case you're in an Uber or you're in a Lyft, and they want to have you locked in. You know how they have control on whether the doors will be opened or not? Yeah, right. You have your little hammer inside your bag and you start busting out those windows. Bust those windows, girlfriend. That's right. Bust them out while you're busting him upside his head. Carry those little bitty hammers in your purse. Grab it, and it's good so they can't really wrestle it out of your hand too much. Grab your little hammer and say, oh yeah? And bust him. Try to bust him right upside his temple. There's a certain part of the head that you can hit a person where it will knock them out. Go on YouTube, and they will show you self-defense on where to hit someone to knock them out. Type that in to your YouTube and study it. Because we live in a very dangerous world. So you keep that little hammer inside your purse, because you never know. And being a prostitute, that's a dangerous job anyway. I know so many women who they don't even pick up black men. Forget it. Grindr, Tinder, when you go on there looking for whatever, no black men. They don't want no black man. Because black men, they have sex with these prostitutes and then they end up beating them up and taking back the money. That's why I like my girl Cherry. She's a transgender, right? She ain't playing none of that. You ain't gonna mess with her coins. She does everything by the Cash App. That's right. My Cash App account is, because you can't take the money back. It's already in my account. Trick. So, and until you put that money in my Cash App account, you will not be seeing me. How about that? Niggas that don't know how to work a cell phone, well, you don't deserve to have no company. Bye, Trick. I need my coins.
He would not come for like a half an hour. Finally, once he told his car, he took off. The next morning, they found a girl under the bridge. Her stomach was tore out. She was gutted. Every time he couldn't get me, he got somebody else.
Wow.
And he's still out here, I guess, because they probably didn't catch him.
Jesus, that's crazy.
It's sad, you know what I'm saying? But it's sad. God hadn't been with me because that was a sick man. They had another girl. She was out here. Her hands was like this, but she was a working girl. And her son had brain cancer. And she was working and she was sending all her money back there for him to get treatment and stuff back wherever she was from. And this dude took her and chopped her up. My friend got in the car with him first. It was a van. And she felt funny. She said, I got to pee. So she got out the van to pee and took off. And then she went and got in the van with him. And they found her chopped up on Olive and all the trash cans, body parts of her body parts by trash cans all up and down Olive Street. He got her, and I was like, there's some sick people. You just really have to go with your aura and your feeling. You have to stay sober and stay in a level mind and have a clear mind when you go out there and be very aware of what's going on. And you feel the difference. You feel it from people. But when you're on the drugs, your mind's just thinking about getting the drugs. You're high. You're twisted. And it is a big difference because I can see them coming. When they even pull up to me, I'm like, look, I'm good. I can feel it. I can see it in them. And people say, it's got to be somebody else. No, it's not. Because if you sit there and you pay attention, you've been in the streets of all life, you know the signs. It's a psychological thing, the spiritual thing you can know. You just look for little things, or it's just little feelings you can't explain. Like, because I feel them when they come in, they see me, they say, they know they ain't got me. You know what I'm saying? I can look at them and see they're like, oh, her, she ain't going for it. You know, like an evil spirit. People don't believe in the spirits, but it's a real world. The spiritual world is really real. And it's really scary, but it's been some horrific stuff that happened out here.
What's your tattoo on your chest?
That's my husband's name, Abdi Shakur.
Got it.
Yeah.
You still married?
Yeah, matter of fact, he just got out. He's getting out this week, but he's back east. It's a long story. We come out here and he got hit and ran over by a car. And the dude was trying to kidnap me. Well, he was trying to go with me, and my husband was scared he was going to kidnap me. So he jumped on the truck, fell off, and we ran over him. He ran over him with the truck. I thought he was dead. The man was going to kill me and took me under the bridge and was going to kill me, but I jumped out of the truck and ran.
And what's your husband in jail for?
Murder. He went back there and got involved with some female, and they had an argument. And he was supposed to be going back to get physical therapy and come back and get me with his wife, but he had an affair. And they got to a fight, and he went and shot him in the face. To his door, knocked on his door, and shot the man in the face. I said, how in the hell can you shoot a man in the face over his wife, and you left your wife on the other side of the fucking country? So I just don't get it. So that's another issue I got to deal with because I got to get a divorce. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't go for it when I served him the paper. So I don't know. I got to go through all that shit again. Talk about it.
So crack, you shoot, you smoke?
No, I just smoke it.
You smoke it?
I would never put a needle on my arm. I can't. It was hard getting tattoos. And then when I went to jail, when I first come out, I seen all them girls. It's a long line you got to stand in, and the smell is, oh God, overwhelming. They have abscesses and sores and stuff, and their socks have matted onto their feet and to the sores, and just pulling them off, and it was horrible.
When you're in jail, you can't get your drugs, so you have to go into withdrawal?
Well, no, with crack you don't go through withdrawals. You probably have little moods because you're cranky or whatever. No, it's not physically addictive. No, just heroin. It's physically addictive. You know, a lot of people die from it. The withdrawals is so bad, but they have diarrhea, vomiting, all that shit. They're miserable. Yeah.
Do you want to get off it at some point? Or?
Well, I can get off of it. I mean, I've done it before. It's just something to do right now. It's so easy to get or whatever. It's just something to do. It goes with the territory right now, but because when I'm ready to put it down, it ain't looking back or whatever. But I got plans and stuff that's going to happen for me. So this, I'm not going to be one of these people that's been down here 40 and 50 years, and some of them are 70 years old and been down there and raised their kids down here and stuff. And now their kids is down here. Like generations of people are down here, and it's like.
Yeah, that's what she say, honey. But she's addicted because if she can leave it alone, then just leave it alone. She's like, oh, it's just something to do. No, I've experienced with that nonsense. No, you're not going to just leave it alone. And that is like they say, drugs is the devil's candy. If it's the devil's candy, the devil is a spirit. And in order for a spirit to unleash you, it takes a spirit to whip a spirit. That's why you got to step to Jesus Christ and go and turn your life over to Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is also a spirit that Satan, the devil, is terrified of. So when you turn your life over to Jesus Christ and ask him to help release you from this drug, then Jesus Christ's spirit go battle with Satan's spirit. Satan lost. He lost. It takes a spirit to whip a spirit. That's what I keep trying to get my tubies to understand, or the people that I went under that mess to see what's going on, so I can try to help pull people up out of this. Yeah. Sheila True Love almost got caught out there. But I was smart enough to know, because I was raised spiritually. And I know that drugs is the devil's candy. And the devil is a spirit. So now I'm going to have to get a spirit to whip his ass. A spirit's going to have to whip his ass. So I went to the most powerful spirit, Jehovah God and Jesus Christ, honey. And they whipped his ass. It released Sheila True Love. I bet you that. So she could talk this. It sounds like what she's saying is good. No, baby. It's going to take a spirit to whip that spirit. And that's what people have got to understand if you really want to let go of that drug and don't bother looking back. Just stay on Jesus Christ's team. And then you don't have to worry. You might have dreams. You might have this little cravings. Ride it through, honey. Think about, you go to the beach and you see those big old waves. You're riding the wave. Wow, this is a big wave. Woo! You're going to ride it through. Then the wave, you know how it comes up real big and strong, but it calms down. Ride it out. You just ride out the waves. And before you know it, you got years, you got months clean, you got days clean, months clean, and now it's years clean. Ride it out. Every time that craving come, pick up your Bible and read it out loud. Did you hear me? Read it out loud. Because you see, that's the spirit whipping Satan's spirit. You see? He knows that every time I put this thought in this person's mind, they're going to grab the Bible. They're going to run to Jesus. And that's him kicking my ass. So, of course, you're going to have less and less of those cravings and less of those thoughts. Because every time those thoughts come and you run into Jesus Christ, okay, bam, beat you. And read the Bible. Did you hear me? This is the point, out loud. Read it out loud. Read the book of Proverbs. Read the book of John. John was Jesus Christ's favorite apostle. He's the apostle of love. Read the book of John. Read Proverbs. Oh, God. Read Psalms. Psalms is mad cool for helping you to get through things and letting you know that you're going to get through this, baby. And this too shall pass. And those are not words just to be spoken. It's real. It's real. And I went under the influence of that mess just to see what is causing people to hang with this and what is the solution to get up out of it. Let me tell you, the number one, and people are going to say, this is corny. Oh, yeah. Well, no, love is the solution to get up out of that. You have to love someone so much and you can't bear losing them. Like you have a lot of people say, well, I love my kids, but they still puffing that crack and they still shooting heroin. No, they don't love their kids. They think they love their kids. No, because if you love those kids for real, like I love mine, ain't nowhere in the world. And the way I love Jehovah God and Jesus Christ, I love them so much. I couldn't imagine my life without them. That's what helped me kick. It took a spirit to help me kick and get past that nonsense. It's love. Love is the secret. Like the Bible says, God is love. And I know this may sound corny as hell, but I'm telling you, I've been through it. I know the solution. The solution is love your children for real. Your kids are going to end up in some freaking foster care, getting raped up, beat up. Can you see that picture in your head? Your little one all messed up? Nah, man, we can't be having that. Buy drug. See ya. Deuces. Bitch. No, freak that nonsense. Can you see you losing Jehovah God and Jesus Christ and you're gaining nothing but a bunch of crackheads? Things from the gutter. Nah, man, it's not even a fair exchange. No, I'm going to exchange that to gain this? Nah, man, I'm out. Deuces. Anyway, tubies, you always have a choice. Please choose wisely. The choice is always yours, and I beg of you, please choose wisely. And when you're having a hard way to go, run. Don't walk. Run to your Heavenly Father and your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because that's the solution.